Hi, friends. Did you know that there are only 3 weeks of school left? I can hardly believe it. But if you're like me, you're probably going to miss seeing your friends and your teachers every day. But I can safely say I am not going to miss having so much screen time. And I hope that you will also get outside and get some exercise and have some fun that does not involve a screen. Anyway, until then, I thought I'd share a new story with you. It is actually called The Day the Screens Stood Still, and it's written by R.L. Ullman. The Day the Screens Stood Still. Sammy loved his screen. He loved it so much, it's what he always wanted to do. He streamed millions of cat videos, played billions of online games, and took trillions of oh-so-fabulous selfies. But then, out of the blue, his screen stood still. It was frozen in place. It wouldn't swipe, flick, or click. It was like it was stuck on permanent pause. For a moment, Sammy stared at his screen in disbelief. And then he totally freaked out. His parents came running to see what was wrong. They told Sammy he shouldn't freak out just because his screen was stuck. Then they looked at their screens and totally freaked out. Their screens were frozen too. Mom frantically rebooted their devices, while Dad turned the internet off and on and off and on and off and on over and over and over again. But no matter what they did, their screens still stood still. They couldn't believe it, especially after they looked outside and saw everyone else's screens working just fine. They simply couldn't understand why this happened to them. So they waited patiently for their screens to come back on, and waited and waited and waited. But to their horror, it lasted for hours, continued for days, and stretched into weeks. They didn't handle it well. Sammy got the shakes. Dad fumbled around like a zombie, and Mom's thumbs twitched aimlessly. His parents hired expert after expert to look into the problem, including the smartest tech whiz in town. But even she couldn't figure it out. Finally, Sammy's family gave up and put their screens down. At first, they didn't know what to do. And then something strange happened. They noticed things they never noticed before. Clouds that looked like animals, the flitter-flutter of butterflies, and the joy of making someone smile. New talents were discovered. Epic games of fetch were played, and they spent more time together than ever before, until one day something unexpected happened. There was a flash and a beep. Sammy raced over to his screen. He couldn't believe it. It was a miracle. Beep, 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 beep. Their screens unfroze. He was back in business. Sammy immediately sat down with his screen. He streamed a few cat videos, played a level of his favorite game, and took some oh-so-fabulous selfies. Then Sammy realized something. He still loved his screen, but now he loved doing so much more. And that is the end of our story. So, boys and girls, I hope that you liked it, and I hope you remember that there's a lot more than screens. Even though right now we are still in a remote learning situation, hopefully that'll come to an end very soon. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.